When you manage procurement for multiple facilities, every order matters. But when it's for a hospital system, they matter even more. Grainger gets it and knows there's no time for managing multiple suppliers and no room for shipping delays. That's why Grainger offers millions of products in fast, dependable delivery, so you can keep your facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Quick quiz. What injury law firm has been helping people in the District, Maryland, and Virginia for over 35 years? That's right. It's Greenberg and Betterman. Auto accident? Medical malpractice? Get a free consultation by visiting gblawyers.com and feel better.
Yo, welcome back. Thank you for checking out this edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I'm your boy 12 Kyle. Check this out. Now, what you're about to hear is part 2 of our 2-part episode of me and the homie NorthSide Doug from the Struggle Plate podcast. And we're talking about our 20 favorite hip-hop producers of all time. Now, again, this is part 2. So, in part 1, we gave you our picks 20 through 11. So, if you haven't heard that part yet, go back and listen to it right now. Just stop what you're doing and put this one on pause. Go back and listen to part 1. If you heard part 1, then you definitely want to listen to part 2 as Doug and I go back and forth with our picks 10 through 1, as well as some honorable mention picks for our hip hop producers list. So we'll pick the conversation up as Doug and I are going back and forth. So sit tight and let's get to the podcast. Let's get it. So let's switch it up. Give me your number 10 and we'll go from you to me and on down the line. So,
all right. Here is the list where I started moving and rearranging things. Once we got to 10. Once we got to 10, I was like, oh, this don't belong here. Oh, should I be biased? They gonna be mad? Nah, fuck that. Who cares? Who gives a shit, man?
Because it's one person that I haven't. I'm interested. I'm sure that they're gonna be in your top 10. I'm interested to see where they're gonna be.
All right, so number 10. This is where we shake the room. All right.
Okay.
Literally, the only rapper that I can relate to. My favorite rapper. I've broken down the most songs from him on my podcast because that's what I do. I break down songs, and this man, I probably broken down 5 or 6 songs. I'm talking about the one, the only, Jermaine Cole, coming in at number 10.
Cole World.
All I got to say is this, man. All I got to say is this. All Jay-Z did was sign him. He did the rest of it on his own. All right? That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. He did the rest of it on his own. All right, because Beanie Siegel pissed him off. Memphis Bleak pissed him off. But Cole, he stayed forward. And my favorite song from J. Cole, he's like a combination. It's funny because Cole says that he is Nas influenced, Nas and Pac influenced, but his production style is 100% Kanye West. And he flipped the only soul song that I know. And this song, my favorite song from Cole, is Wet Dreams.
Yes.
Look, man, I saw her perform it live. A tear came rolling down my eye. That's if everybody knows that Forest Hills Drive tour, when he performed his whole album like he was Prince or something, okay? He performed his whole album during that tour. And Wet Dreams, that's my favorite Cole song. That's my favorite Cole beat that he's produced.
Okay. Jermaine Cole coming in at number 10. I ain't mad. I'm not mad at all. My number 10 is actually someone who made your list already. 1/3 of the North Carolina-based group, Little Brother. Man, this dude, his beats are so crazy. And when you realize that he was making these beats off of something called Fruity Loops. Fruity Loops. He didn't have, all of this high tech stuff. He was doing beats off of something that we honestly, personally, at the time I'd never heard of before. Again, I am talking about Ninth Wonder. My man Ninth Wonder from Little Brother. Favorite beat from Ninth Wonder, like you said, Doug, you could pick about 10 Little Brother beats. And, you could pick a couple of here, a couple of there, from Murs and everybody else and Buck Wild. So my favorite joint is Loving It from Little Brother. So yeah, that's my joint. Ninth Wonder coming in at number 10. Favorite joint, Loving It. Who you got at 9?
9. We taking it back to the SB 1200 days.
Okay. Now you talking.
We taking it back to the SB 1200 days. All right. Because now from here, we're talking about game changers, innovators, the actual definition of what it means to be independent with your own group. Coming from a forgotten borough in New York City. People still forget about this borough, and yet they put it on. But they won't dare go to it. I'm talking about the one, the only, Prince Rakeem, but y'all know him as the RZA.
Man.
RZA. Wait, can I just ask a question, Kyle? Please tell me that you had a Prince Rakeem cassette tape, and I will just end this, and I can get off the call right now.
I did not have a Prince Rakeem tape. But my boy did.
Okay. I was about to say, I feel like he was just jamming. Ooh, we love you, Rakeem.
I didn't have it.
All right. And my favorite song from RZA. Some would think it would be Cream, right? I do think it's a perfect beat, but it's not my favorite one from him. It's the song that put the whole Wu on the map. Protect Your Neck.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
It was gritty. It was grimy. It was dirty. It was different. It was innovative. Literally, probably the worst sound quality that a producer could ever have. And yet people still jam it. You hearing karate, kung fu kicks all up and down these RZA tracks. And when you heard Protect Your Neck, it was like an invasion. It was like an invasion. It was like 9 dudes, man. I love it. Yeah, man. I love Protect Your Neck.
Bobby Digital. I feel you. Okay, that's a strong 9, man. I will say this before I give you my number 9. I think, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for Doug when I say this, there is going to be a segment, and I want everybody to listen to this. There's going to be a segment of the population, segment of the people that's listening to this podcast that will feel like everybody from 9 on down, there's going to be somebody listening that will have them at 1. So Doug, where I'm going. There's a segment of the population that everybody that we're going to select, at least I know for me, everybody that I'm going to select from here on out, people will make a case that they're number 1. So if I pick such and such at number 5, there will be somebody listening to be like, nah, man, okay, I see you got such and such at number 5, but I got him at 1.
Oh, no, they're going to be mad at my number 1.
I say that unequivocally. That being said, my number 9 pick is someone that you have already picked already. Again, one of the members, a duo, hip hop duo out of the state of Virginia. Man, what can I say? There was a point in time in this country where you could look at the Billboard charts and there were beats from this production team at like probably 5 of the 10 slots on the Billboard charts. That's just how hot they were. And I ain't talking sales or numbers or anything like that, but that's just what they were. These two cats, childhood friends, they have a sound very unique and nobody else does music like them. I'm talking about the Neptunes. I'm talking about Chad Hugo and Pharrell Williams. The Neptunes are coming in at number 9. My favorite beat, same beat that Doug mentioned, grinding. I could make a case that the grinding beat is the greatest beat in hip-hop history. Because you can bang that beat out at your kitchen table, at the lunchroom table, on the bus seats. You can beatbox it in your car. You can do it at your desk. It doesn't matter. And if you hear that beat, it's one of those beats where if you hear it, you will be repeating it, probably for the rest of the day. So,
Kyle, I shit you not. I'm 10 years old, banging that shit on the back of a bus.
Got to.
All right.
You got to. And I mean, it was just that and it still is infectious to this day. And little tidbit, when that beat dropped, there was at least 20 rappers that did a freestyle on somebody's mixtape to that beat because everybody wanted to jump on the grinding beat. But I digress. What you got at 8?
Number 8. You're right. Because I feel like this guy would be number 1 on somebody's list. I'm talking about Sean Puffy Combs. Diddy comes in at number 8. Now, this was so hard for me to pick because Diddy is a legit producer. All right. He from head to toe. All right. He literally finds the right rapper to write his rhymes so that he can write his checks.
Right.
Okay. He finds the most amazing beat makers ever. But this song makes me it makes me say that this is Puff. And this is my favorite Puff song. And that is I'll Be Missing You.
Okay.
You know, I think of, like you can associate Diddy with Juicy, but you can't really associate him with Hypnotize. You can't really associate him, with Sky's the Limit. You got to give it to the Hitman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'll Be Missing You, that was Puff, breakout into really going solo, and doing his thing. And I'll Be Missing You, man. I'll do the Puffy dance every time I hear this. I ain't gonna lie. I'll do the Diddy bop. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing
funny.
to me.
That's funny.
Yeah. Number 8, Diddy. I'll Be Missing You.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out to the police. Yeah. Okay. 8. Okay. I did mention that number 9 were 2 cats out of Virginia. Number 8 is also out of the state for lovers, the state of Virginia. This guy had a crazy futuristic sound that was so infectious that not only is he known as a phenomenal hip hop producer, but when he steps into R&B, he crushes it. He crushes it as well. I mean, like none other. I mean, he's done beats for everybody in his camp, from Aaliyah to Genuine, Missy Elliott, and then he stepped over to the hip hop side, and of course, laced beats for cats like, Jay-Z, all the way to everybody and anybody that you want to name. I'm talking about none other than the squiggly synths and the exotic samples from my man Timbaland. Timbaland is coming in at number 8. Favorite joint, I gotta say Big Pimpin', because I remember the vibe when it first came out and how we was just running wild in the streets. So that's for me. Number 8, Timbaland, Big Pimpin'.
Timbo the King. Timbo the King.
You're at 7.
Oh, Kyle. All of my friends in Cali gonna kill me with this pick. I shit you not. They're gonna come from my head, and I'm ready for it. Man, you really had me with that Timbaland pick. Wow. I didn't think he was gonna be. All right, number 7. Let's just get to the shits. Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre.
Wow.
Dr.
You said 7?
7.
What? Wow. Wow.
Who wants to smoke? No.
Is this thing on? Are we still recording?
Look, all I'm gonna say is this, man. We're saying favorites, right? You just have to remember.
Yeah. I'm messing with you.
Nah. I know. The reason why I feel like I have to give a caveat for this. I didn't grow up.
You don't. I mean, it's your 7, so that's cool.
Nah, man. Nah. But seriously, the reason why is because I just didn't grow up loving the G-Funk era.
Okay.
I didn't appreciate G-Funk till I was 25. Just being honest.
Okay.
And it was only one body of work of Dre that resonated with me. And that was the Chronic 2001. So my favorite song from him is What's the Difference?
Yes.
Is What's the Difference?
Okay.
I knew I would get some people mad.
Wow. Write this down, Doug. Number 7, Andre Young. Okay. NWA.
Hey.
Compton, Dr. Dre. Okay. 2001. Chronic. Yeah, it's got hits. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, bro. Let me tell you something. That's that. You know what? I knew a curveball was coming. I didn't know the Clayton Kershaw was coming. Jesus. Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? I have a curveball too, Doug.
Okay.
I am sure that there are some people, not a lot. There are a few people that will have this group. If you base it off of their, well, you know, I take that back. I'm not even gonna say that. I can't definitively say that they would have them at number 1, but they would have them in this spot or maybe even higher. This group is a production team. Their music was just loud. It was powerful. It was militant. It was in your face. It was passionate. It was rage. Like when you listen to their music, you had to yell. I would say they shattered every paradigm from the 80s and the 90s because they were just that different as far as their sound. They did a lot, and they helped define and change the sound for the artists that they work with. And they work from everybody from Ice Cube to Belle Biv DeVoe to, of course, Public Enemy. I'm talking about none other than the production team of Hank Shocklee, Keith Shocklee, Eric Vietnam Sadler, Gary G. Wiz, and Chuck D. I'm talking about the Bomb Squad. The Bomb Squad coming in at number 7. Favorite song, hands down, Welcome to the Terrordome.
Welcome to the Terrordome.
Man, listen. If Welcome to the Terrordome comes on and you don't want to run your head through a wall, you don't have a pulse.
Man.
But yeah, that's my 7. So both of us had curveballs, but your curveball is a little bigger than mine. But I love it. I love it. What you got to say,
Hey, man, what do we say? There's a difference between your favorite and your best.
There is.
You want to come at me with the best list?
Yep. The best
then
list
Dre's
is a little bit
definitely.
different.
Then Dre's cracking that top 3.
Right. Okay.
That's all I would say.
Feel you.
Favorite, not best, y'all, because I can feel the I can hear the old man in the barbershop. Yeah. I can hear you in the barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So number 6. I was very upset that you had him so low. But now that I see where your head is at, now I see that where your head is at,
Mm-hmm.
I'll let it go. I see it now. I'm talking about Swiss Beats.
Mm.
Growing up, Swiss Beats was my favorite producer of all time until Kanye West came into the game.
Okay.
Rough Riders is the beginning of my love for hip hop.
Makes sense.
All right.
Makes sense.
My cousin was playing the Rough Riders Volume 2 album when he was staying with us, and you can hear that shit all the way from down the block, and our speakers were not that loud. All right. He was staying with us. He was living with us, and I didn't even know we had speakers that loud. And my favorite song from Swiss Beats comes from my favorite rap group of all time, LOX, The Lox.
Okay.
With Wild Out.
Yes. Yes.
Come on, man.
Oh,
Just
I love
a
that
bad
joint. I love that joint, man.
Come on. You can't get any literally, that is still their go-to song when they perform.
It is. It definitely is. Man, I ain't mad at that, man. And you see why. I mean, Swizz made my list. He was a little further down, but he made my list. I see why, and based on your description, I see why he is where he is on your list.
Think about it. Early 2000s.
Of course,
that's
no
when
question.
I was coming up.
No question. Number 6 for me, someone that you mentioned a little earlier. From the slums of Shaolin, man.
Ooh.
I mean, he laced everybody in the clan. And he laced the clan. And I mean, like, there are people that I know that will have him at number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about none other than Bobby Digital, my man, the Resurrector, RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan, coming in at number 6. Favorite song. Now, this was hard trying to figure out a favorite song. I mean, because I could go Winter Wars, I could go Daytona 500, I could go anything off the first album, but I'm going to go to the Purple Tape, Incarcerated Scarface. That was my shit. You couldn't tell me I wasn't Raekwon on South Carolina State's campus when that shit was playing.
Oh!
Yeah, man. So yeah, my 6, RZA, coming in at number 6. All right, man.
All right.
Top 5. This is gonna be interesting.
Oh, yes, sir.
I see what you got. I see what's left of what I think you might pick.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see who. Well, yeah.
Oh, man, you just wait.
Yeah.
You just wait.
Who you got at 5, man?
Number 5. Hopefully, I will get back in the good graces of the barbershop with this. I think I will. And I'm talking about the one and the only man who hails from Prairie View, Texas, but he so happened to pioneer a sound that white people overuse now. I'm talking about the boom bap. All right? Arguably one of the greatest rapper duos of all time. Yeah. Come on, man. DJ Premier, number 5.
Some people might think that's kind of low.
You feel me? Look at
I
this.
ain't mad. I'm not mad at all.
And my favorite song from him, New York State of Mind.
Oh, yes.
New York State of Mind. It's Primo has. It still baffles me how a dude from Texas literally pioneered an entire New York sound.
Yeah, man.
It baffles the hell out of me. He's not from New York, y'all. He's not from New York.
He did
right?
It. He did it.
And he literally built that New York sound that is today.
Yes, sir.
All the scratches, the piano flips.
Come on, man.
That's Primo, man.
Come on.
Yeah.
Wow. My number 5. this dude, to me, literally came out of nowhere. Like, when we heard him, we weren't sure of who he was. And it was an interesting time because this was I want to say mid to late 90s. And I think I heard his music before I saw who he was. And I saw his name, and I thought his name was Kane. He signed to Rockefeller. He was an in-house producer. And lo and behold, we found out the dude could actually rap. But his production, chopped up, sped up samples, the early stuff when he called himself the Louis Vuitton Don. Man, listen. Chi-Town's own. Come on, man. It's Kanye West, man. Kanye West. Now, I might think Kanye a goddamn fool right now, but we talking music. We talking about his personality. But yeah, and there's a slew of people who will have Kanye as number one, and I ain't mad at that at all. I'm not mad at that at all. You know, we can feel how we want to feel about him and his politics, or him and his antics, or whether or not the boy got his head on straight. And personally, I don't think he's been well since his mom passed.
Yes.
That being said, the music, and I'll be honest, I don't even really rock with like the stuff he's made over the last 5, 6, 7 years. But that early stuff,
come on, man,
bruh.
Come on, man.
He could put his early Rockefeller work along with his discography up against just about anybody's and win. But anyway, my favorite, and it was, to be honest, kind of hard picking a favorite Kanye song. My favorite Kanye album is College Dropout, which I think is his best album.
Yep.
But my favorite song to listen to from Kanye, ironically, is Diamonds from Sierra Leone, which is off the Graduation album.
That is a really great song, man.
I love that joint, man. It is very, I call it cinematic. And Kanye will, at least, his earlier stuff, he would give you those type of songs that were, had this really, really big buildup. I mean, Jesus Walks is another song, which I think, you can make a case that Jesus Walks is one of the, premier hip hop songs of that era and, of the generation, so.
Yes, you can.
I mean, because that was literally a gospel rap song that was a #1 chart topper that got played in the clubs. So, yeah, man, I'm not going to keep going on. Kanye West, number 5 for me. Diamonds from Sierra Leone is the track. Kanye coming in at number 5. We got 4. Right. What you at? Where you at, dog?
Here's another. This one ain't a curveball. This is what we call a knuckleball right here.
Okay.
This is what we call a knuckleball.
I think I know who it is.
I don't think you do. I promise you.
I'm doing the numbers. I think I do, but go ahead, because we talking favorites, not best.
Yes, we talking favorites.
Okay.
So this man, he's produced my favorite Jadakiss songs. This man, sidebar, when I was sneaking around at 12 years old watching BT Uncut, I saw him alongside one of the greatest rappers to come out of Queensbridge, goes by the name of Prodigy. And now he's quiet, but you still feel his presence. I'm talking about the one, the only, number 4, The Alchemist.
Yes. Not what I expected, but yes.
You see, that was a little knuckler. That was a knuckle.
That was a knuckle, but that was a good knuckle, man. Alchemist is cold. Damn, he's cold.
Let me tell you something. My favorite song from him of all time is "Hold You Down."
Yes.
And I say that because
rest in peace, Prodigy, man.
I remember watching them make that beat on Beat Uncut. Wow. The little clip. There's a clip on YouTube where it shows Prodigy, where Alchemist was literally playing around with that beat, that hold you down, and Prodigy was like, "Nah, just loop that," and he just started writing it. And he like spit his whole verse, right then and there. It was magic. I didn't know what I was witnessing at the time, and every time I play that song, especially when I was on the campus of Grambling State University, while everybody else was playing Lil Boosie and Waka Flocka Flame. They didn't want to give Doug the ox, okay? They didn't want to give me the ox, all right? I was like, nah, I'm going to play this song with this white producer from Beverly Hills, California, with this very, very raw and rugged rapper from Queensbridge, and these pair of twins from New York City who so happen to be Puerto Ricans. People in the South don't even know what a Puerto Rican is unless you in Miami, man. Come on, dog.
Come on, man. We know Puerto Ricans, man.
Oh, yeah, okay. I hope so. I hope so. Because the food out there, sheesh. Mexican food, Hispanic food out down south. Unless you in Florida, baby, watch out.
Yeah,
but Alchemist.
That's a little different.
Alchemist, man, I think he is criminally underrated. I don't think he gets the respect that we deserve. We got All for the Love, with the locks that he did. We Gonna Make It. Like, literally, I could have picked one of those two, but Hold You Down is very sentimental. It's very near and dear to my heart. Yeah. Alchemist, number 4, Hold You Down.
Wow. Impressive, my brother. We're at number 4. My number 4. My number 4, I gotta take it to the boom bap. I mean, I'm a huge fan of boom bap rap, and this dude, man, he brought us so much dope music, and still is making dope music to this day. He had like this obscure jazz music that he would throw in, soul, funk, all of that was sampled into his music, and he's been doing this since day one. I remember him debuting with his partner CL Smooth. I'm talking about none other than New York City's own Peter Phillips, better known as Pete Rock. My number 4, Pete Rock. Favorite song, Doug, you already know because we talked about it on your podcast, The World Is Yours by Nas. Yeah, that's my number 4, Pete Rock, The World Is Yours.
I just want to say, y'all, favorites, not best. Because Pete Rock, literally, I did a separate list of the best ones, and Pete Rock literally is on number 4.
Okay.
Oh man, literally the greatest story that was ever told on wax was next to Pete Rock and Pete Smooth with They Reminisce. That's literally the greatest story that's ever been told, in my opinion.
There you go.
But so we're at number 3.
Number 3.
This is when I knew we were going to be in trouble. All right, because my number 3 was like your number 19, or like your number 18. Literally, there was Kanye West, right? Who I believe saved New York rap, saved Rockefeller Records after Jay-Z made that terrible song known as Sunshine. And then there was another producer, who literally ran studios in Rockefeller Camp. He has given us Dipset. He's given us all of State Prop. And of course Jay-Z, of course Hov.
Of course.
I'm talking about not my favorite. Yes, my favorite mixtape rapper of all time, Saigon.
Okay.
I'm talking about Just Blaze.
Hey, Justin Blaze.
Just Blaze is at number 3. Just Blaze and the Blazettes, baby. And it's also the same as you. Exhibit C is my favorite Just Blaze.
Okay. Now we got something in common. Okay.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite. I was literally listening to it all morning long today.
Wow. Exhibit C is one of those joints that when you play it, you got to play it again. Like you're not going to just listen to it one time.
Literally, you can. God.
And for years, we had nothing else to play because J Electronica was never coming out.
That was it.
J Electronica was never coming out.
We was like, this is like, bro, Kyle, you got to think about this for me. I'm literally stuck in Boosie country, okay? I'm stuck in Boosie and Webby country in 2012 in college, about to pull my hair out, literally watching people call Waka Flocka the greatest rapper of all time, all right? Literally watching people talk about Hurricane Chris like he's the second coming to Jesus. And then I turn on MTVU. I know they didn't have that back in your time, but we had MTVU where we was discovering, the stuff. Okay. And I heard this song and I wanted to cry because I was just like, there is a God. Hip hop's still alive. There is hope. There is hope. Exhibit C, like literally, it's one of those perfect hip hop songs, Like New York State of Mind is a perfect hip hop song. They Reminisce is a perfect hip hop song. Can't Live Without My Radio is a perfect hip hop song, And Just Blaze and the Blazettes come in at number 3 with Exhibits.
Okay. Man, can't go wrong with that. I'm looking at the list here.
All right.
Doesn't look like we're going to have.
No.
Don't look like we're going to match. My number 3, from decade after decade after decade, this dude is giving you hits. He's giving classic songs. He's giving you anthems. He's, helped produce some of the greatest acts from NWA to Ice Cube, Snoop, 50 Cent, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar. Come on, man. Straight out of Compton. My man, Dr. Dre, coming in at number 3. He's going to be number 1 on a lot of people's lists. And my favorite joint, man, is nothing but a G thing. I mean, that's still my joint to this day, man. It still bangs to this day. So at number 3, I have Dr. Dre. All right, man. Number 2.
All right.
What you gonna do?
Oh! I'm gonna get biased on y'all now, man.
Okay.
I'm going
because there's somebody out there that you haven't picked. That if you don't pick them on this pick, they're not gonna make your list, and I'm gonna be very surprised that they don't make your list.
Kyle, man, where am I from? Hey, where am I from?
Windy City.
All right,
you from the Windy City? You from the
All right, Chi City. You feel me?
NorthSide Doug. That's what they call you. From the North.
Literally, dog. Literally. All right. Let me tell you something about this, man. The Bible says that you should not worship false idols. All right. And this man, I idolized this man. I dressed like this man. I tried to rap like this man. I remember when Fruity Loop came out and I tried to make beats like this man. Okay? I wanted to be Kanye West. All right? I wanted to be Kanye West. He comes in at number 2.
Wow.
Yes, Chicago had Common and Twister. All right. Fun fact, y'all. Twister was the first artist signed to Loud Records. Wow. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. It didn't work, but he was, Steve Rifkin signed him first. All right, before the Woo. Just gotta say that for the record. All right. Before the Woo, before Big Pun and Fat Joe, before Dead Prez, it was Twister. All right, but come on, man. When Kanye, he just said, "Yo, I can rap. All right, people think that it was Jay that discovered Ye, but it was Dame.
It was Dame. Yep.
But Dame said, "Nah, nigga, make these fire beats. That's what you're gonna do."
Right.
And my favorite Kanye West song of all time is from a song that I listened to from my grandmother that he sampled, and it pissed off my entire family because my family is Shaka Khan fans.
Okay.
So my favorite Kanye song of all time is "Through the Wire."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can tell you exactly where I was, what time of day it was when I first heard this song. And I said, "Chicago, we have a ride, goddammit. Sit down, New York, down LA, sit down, Atlanta, Chicago, we are here." Literally, everybody, Common. All right. How do you revamp Common's career? And Common already could have finished after 2000, after Like Water for Chocolate. All right. He didn't have to do another album after that. How you do it with Twister? Come on, man. He gave us John Legend.
Yes.
All right. He gave us John Legend. All right. He's revamped Pusha T's career. Come on, man. The legit difference between a producer and a beat maker. All right. God. Jay-Z, you're welcome. All right. That's all I have to say. Welcome. And just wait till you see who I got number one. Because Jay-Z's gonna be thinking Jay-Z just needs to thank Chicago. Yes. Kanye West, number 2, Through the Wire.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. Man, my number 2, guy that you mentioned a little earlier, a lot of people, more than enough people that are listening to this podcast are going to have him at 1. This guy came from Texas.
Woo!
Came from Texas. Went to New York City, teamed up with his boy from Boston, and they formed a group. They formed a group called Gangstar. I'm talking about Premier, DJ Premier. I mean, he rewrote the rules of hip hop when it came to scratching and infusing jazz and just everything. I mean, he influenced everybody from Tribe to Dilla to the Roots to everybody, man. And I mean, like, his production style is very distinct, is very unique. He has blessed everybody from Nas to Biggie to M.O.P., Most Def. I mean, honestly, it's too many to mention. My man, DJ Premier, coming in at number 2 for me. Favorite track? I know I was supposed to pick 1, but I had to pick 2 because I love both of these tracks together. Unbelievable by Biggie, and what Doug mentioned, New York State of Mind from Nas. So yeah, New York State of Mind from Nas and Unbelievable from Biggie, and they are both from my number 2 pick, DJ Premier. So this leaves us at number 1. I'm pretty sure that I know what your number 1 is. I had no idea that he would make number 1 for you. But he said favorites, not best.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, man. I'm not surprised that he's on your list. I'm surprised he's this high. But why don't you tell everybody who your number 1 is? Because I'm sure there's probably at least 750,892 people listening right now that don't know who your number 1 is, but I do.
My number 1 producer, my favorite producer of all time, is the reason why Kanye West is Kanye West. Backstory.
Talk to him.
Kanye West, he was a young, he was always crazy. All right. He cursed out a record exec in Atlanta, and to get kicked out, you know, because that record exec so happened to be Jermaine Dupri's dad, you know. And his mom was like, "Yo, you need some guidance, you need some mentorship." So so his mom linked him up with this humble dude, humble man. Taught him how to sample, taught him how to make beats. Fast forward to 2016. I want to say he revitalized. He helped Jay-Z change the rules of hip hop in terms of if you're old, you're washed. But after that album came out, it got different. Did it not? Did it not?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Pusha T gives us a great album. I'm talking about 444. The man behind 444, because Jay-Z called him at 444 and said, "Hey, let's get in the booth." Look, Chicago's very own No ID.
Yes.
I stay true to my guns. I had to be honest with myself. I had to be real. Because Kyle had me nervous. Kyle had me nervous with this list. I was like, oh, do I got Dre too low? And I said, no, man, go with your heart.
There you go.
Go with your heart.
Got
Because he gave us Mac Miller. He gave us Mac. He gave us Logic.
Yeah.
He gave us Snow Allegra. And Kanye West.
Okay.
All of Common's best albums are No ID productions. I'll say it again. If it wasn't No ID, it wasn't for No ID, and I'll throw Kanye in for B in Finding Forever. I'll give.
No, here's where I disagree.
But that direction and that that like water.
Who produced Like Water for Chocolate?
Hold on, I might be getting that wrong. But that resurrection.
Okay.
But that resurrection.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
man.
I love Resurrection and the Light. Come on, man. Look.
Who produced the
All
Light?
Look, he was behind it all. All right, everybody did it together.
But he didn't produce the Light. He didn't produce.
Everybody was together. I know it was Jay, but everybody was together. In my mind, he just did it all during that time. Yeah. All right, but you're right. That's a Dilla joint. All right, I know hip hop heads. Right. I know hip hop.
I know you know. I'll mess with you.
Yeah, but
so that's your number one.
No ID is my favorite producer for all.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. No ID. Before I tell you my number one, No ID was. I told you how I started writing a list, and No ID was on my original list. And as I started, kind of dwindling it down, he ended up at like 21. And so I was mad because it's like, damn, I want him on here. And I really wanted him, not because, because you or anything. Like, I like his style and his flow and how everything, and he doesn't make bad beats at all. So, and everything seems to be catered toward whoever's rhyming on whatever he's making. But he just didn't make the cut for me. But I knew he would be on your list. And as you were listing him off, and I'm looking, when we got inside of 10, I'm like, oh, so we going there. He in your top 10. I was like, okay. So I wasn't saying anything, but I was taking kind of like a mental note.
Yes, sir.
Nah, I'm not mad at that at all. Not mad at that at all. Again, favorites, not best.
Yes.
My number one does appear on your list, and there are some people that will probably be scratching their head as to why my number one isn't number two and not number one, and my number two isn't number one. But we said favorites. There is no other producer that I think, and to be honest, depending on the day, I could say that he's my favorite and I think he's the best. And, I can down that hill. This dude, man, he did a lot in a very short span of time. I mean, he had his own group. He worked with groups like A Tribe Called Quest. He had his own crew within the Tribe Called Quest called Ummah with Q-Tip and Ali Shaheed Muhammad. Did work with Pharcyde, Common, De La Soul. Then, as we moved into the 2000s, worked with The Roots, Common, Erykah Badu, countless others. I think of Ghostface, Snoop. And unfortunately, this man left us in 2006.
Yeah.
In fact, he's got a birthday coming up at the time of this recording.
Happy Dilla Day.
Yeah, man. He passed away at the tender age of 32 from a rare blood disease caused by lupus. But he's always got music and beats, and he made so much music that, like, I don't even know how much. I mean, like, people have estimated how much music he still has, left. He still has like years and years of albums left of material that has yet to be released. And the last thing I'll say about him is that this man created an album on his deathbed.
Come on, man.
I mean, I don't know anybody that would be in a hospital with a keyboard and an MP3 banging out beats with IVs and all kind of stuff hooked up to you.
Legendary.
I mean, I'm talking about none other than James Yancey, a.k.a. JD, a.k.a. J Dilla. That's my dude, man. I mean, I'm backpack, boom bap, whatever you want, he's going to give it to you. I mean, like you said, he could make a song like The Light from Common to a joint with Erykah Badu. Like, didn't you know? Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone by Janet Jackson. To, my favorite joint from Dilla is and always will be Climax. And Climax is one of those joints I remember. This was during the file sharing days, and somebody sent me the instrumental of Climax. And Doug, I kid you not, this is the only time I've ever done this. I listened to Climax, just the instrumental, 15 straight times. Just
he does that to you.
I just remember sitting at my computer and I could not get. My wife was calling, hey, come and eat dinner. I could not get up from the computer because I was mesmerized by that sound of, and it blew me away. And I remember recording it, putting it on tape, putting the tape in my little tape deck and listening to it on a loop and going to sleep. That particular song. Dilla, man, is crazy. I mean, when I listen to his albums and his songs, and I wonder, like, I wish I could, wish he was still here so you could talk to him and say, like what made you make that sound to make that sound like that?
Because nobody can replicate his stuff. That's the crazy part about him.
You can't. I mean, again, the Donuts album literally was done as he was, and we don't know if he knew he was dying. He went to sleep and didn't wake up, but he literally completed that album on his deathbed. And yeah, man, that's my number one, man. J Dilla, favorite song, Climax. So that completes our top 20 favorite hip hop producers. Yeah, we can get into some. You mentioned something about some honorable mentions, man. Who do you have for some of your honorable mentions?
Well, before I get into that, I forgot to say my favorite No ID song.
Oh, go ahead, yeah.
Because I was just getting so excited, for this intro, for the build-up. Long story short, my favorite No ID song is one that you all might not have heard. It's called "We Can Do It Now." I've broken this song down on my podcast. It is so Chicagoed out, and it doesn't even have Kanye West on it. It has Common, Lupe Fiasco, and Jennifer Hudson. It's blues. It's Chicago. You can hear the Buddy Guy influence. You can hear Lupe giving us his triple entendres, and you can hear Jennifer Hudson giving us her soul, and Common just doing his good old fashioned hopeful bars because he's a hopeful nigga. I like the angry Kanye. I like the borrow for $1 Kanye and the resurrection Kanye. But yeah, that's all. We can do it now. No ID. Now, in terms of my honorable mentions, see, now it was really hard for me to leave Timbaland off this list.
Wait, what?
Tim was not on the list.
Yo, I didn't say that.
And I did that because
wow,
I love Timbaland's R&B work more than his rap.
Okay, makes sense.
I love everything that he's done with Aaliyah. I love everything that he's done with Justin Timberlake. And I love everything that he's done with Genuine and Missy. Like you can count Missy, you know what I'm saying, as like hip hop. I think she's hip hop, but I look at Tim as like somebody who transcends hip hop, with his music. He was on there. If we're talking real West Coast, DJ Battle Cat. If we're talking real West Coast, like holla at me for my best list. We'll have a different conversation. But if we're talking West Coast, Battle Cat definitely. If we're talking this generation, Jaleel Beats. He produced Bobby Shmurda's Hot Nigga. Yes. Meek Mill's House Party. And he remixed. He did a fantastic, and I don't like remix these days, but he did a really great remix of Anderson .Paak's Come Down.
Okay.
You drank up all my liquor now. What I'm supposed to do now? He did an amazing remix to that, and I'm not down for remixes these days. That's not where the game is at anymore. Literally, a remix is you find the hottest person and you throw them on the track,
Right.
But I like that. Somebody else, the Hitman.
Okay.
It really hurt me to leave the Hitman off the list because I was like, should I throw the Hitman on the 20? I was like, oh, but that's Puff. That's D-Dot. I love D-Dot, all about the Benjamins.
Yeah.
How to Rob, that's an honorable mention. Another honorable mention that I had was Static Sector. I think he's making some really great music right now, but nobody's paying him any attention. Organized Noise was definitely on that list. Yes. Jermaine Dupri was definitely on that list, but I put him more in the R&B, section. A lot of these producers that I left off this list, I look at them as more as R&B.
Right.
And that's really, even though Tim really did give us a lot of hits, and he's like Ho's, when Jay-Z goes to the booth, he grabs Timbaland, Pharrell, Rick Rubin, and Kanye and Swiss, and he just makes music from there, and sometimes ninth. But yeah, I did that, and there was another guy that I had on the list. Khaled almost didn't make the list, and then I had to listen. And then I really had to listen, man. I really had to listen. I was like, no, I love it. I love Khaled's work. I really do. And here we go. Honorable mention. He's not really he's technically not a producer, but I love what he does with TDE.
Okay.
in terms of just enraging songs and being an A&R, but I just look at him as a producer, even though he's not Punch.
Okay.
You know, I think he just knows how to find the right songs for TDE, and he doesn't miss. You know, and here we go, Terrace Martin. Couldn't think of his name. Terrace.
Yes.
Terrace
Yeah,
Martin.
man. Love Terrace Martin.
Those are my honorable mentions.
Okay. Man, my honorable mentions kind of run the gamut of the differences in ages as far as time frames are concerned. I've got some old and I've got some new, and they're in particular order. A couple of them that you named, Justice League, phenomenal. Who else? J. Cole, obviously. Very, very underrated producer. Trackmasters. Neither one of us named the Trackmasters. They had a very signature sampled sound in the 90s. Man, Alchemist, he was another one that I had on my list, and both he and No ID, they got bumped off, man. And if we it's funny because when I was doing the list, I was like, I didn't really want, I couldn't find a place for Alchemist and No ID. And I started being like, man, maybe we should make the 25. I'm like, nah, fuck that. Because 25 is easier, you know what I mean? So we didn't do that. And good night. I'll see you in the morning. Love you. My daughter's checking in on me. But yeah, I started to be like, let's make it 25. I'm like, nah, okay, we'll keep it at 20. And so, but yeah, I wanted Alchemist on there. Who else? Prince Paul, the legendary Prince Paul. You know him from his work with De La Soul. He made an honorable mention list. Madlib was another one. Madlib was one of the like I said, I started by writing the names down. Madlib was one of the first names I wrote down. He's an honorable mention. Eminem, LP.
Interesting.
LP.
Yes.
LP. I got Puff and Jermaine Dupri. Much like you, I think I really associate Jermaine Dupri more R&B, even though he's obviously Still So Deaf is a rap label, but I more associate Jermaine Dupri, and I never call him JD. I don't know why people. There's only one JD. So anybody call Jermaine Dupri? Anybody call Jermaine Dupri JD? Stop it. And I know I'm in Atlanta, and that's where he's from. People around here call him JD, and I'm like,
Kyle.
Huh?
Let him know.
Yeah, I remember the first time I went to a party, it's like, yeah, JD coming through. I was like, JD dead. Like, I don't know who this little dude is. But who else? Easy Mo B. Easy Mo B had a nice sound in the 90s. Bink. Bink was tough. Bink.
Ooh, Kanye's ghost producer, you mean?
Apollo Brown. And the last couple of ones I have written down here, DJ Mustard, man. Mustard, Soundwave, Mike Will Made It, and Zaytoven.
Yeah, I was hurting when I left out Wonder and Hit Boy.
Yeah, I forgot about Hit Boy.
But I just feel Hit Boy.
He wouldn't make my list, but I forgot about him as far as honorable mention. He's got some. He just hasn't done
enough for me yet. That's my gripe with Hit Boy.
And you know what? To be honest, if we're being honest, it's just like anything else. When you make it into a type of top 20 list, it's probably easier if you do it by the years or whatever like that, because as you can tell, the music and the sound changed so much over a period of time. So it's not to say that I didn't expect, Rick Rubin to make your list.
Right.
Rick Rubin came through in my era, so Rick was going to make my list. You would have
he
to
smashed the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. You would have to go way back really to get into Rick. And it's not to say that you couldn't, because some stuff, and I listed some of the stuff that he did with Run DMC. I mean, that stuff is just classic stuff. But you know, some of it, I'm not saying you had to have been around during that time, but to have a level of appreciation to put them on your favorites. I don't know too many 29 people that are going to say Rick Rubin, because, I mean, literally some of his best work happened before you were born. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's not to say that you couldn't go back and listen to it, but it's a different vibe.
I tell people all the time, if my dad introduced me to Rakim, so what does that mean? That means my hip hop knowledge stops at 89. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like 88, 89-ish.
Right.
And
that's saying a lot, because there are so many, I don't want to say kids, so many people your age, of your generation, that didn't have parents that would say, hey, listen to this, or hey, let me put you on this. If you had never said Eminem was your favorite rapper, who knows? We might not be having this conversation.
We might not even. You know what I'm saying?
So
yes, yeah, man. Like
it's always interesting. I'm looking at your list. There's nobody on here that I have. I'm not even mad at Puff. I couldn't put Puff, because Puff is more of a coordinator. He's definitely more of a producer than he is a beat maker, and we know he has, like you said, in-house ghost producers. Khaled was a guy. I wouldn't put Khaled on my list, but I understand why and where he's located. I was glad to see Eric B make your list. You got me with how the hell I forget Cool and Dre. Cool and Dre at the very least should be on my honorable mention. But yeah, Justice League.
I love Justice League.
Yeah.
Literally, live instruments. Like for real in Justice League, they got it for this generation.
Man, let me tell you something. Justice League is one of those teams that I think if they had been, in the 80s, they could have fit. They would have manufactured a sound that would have fit the 80s. They would have manufactured a sound that would have fit the 90s. And I think, some of Ross's best stuff is Justice stuff.
I think all of it is.
Yeah,
if you're being honest.
And people talk about, well, yeah, Rick Ross know how to pick beats. No, he's got that production team is flawless. I mean, and as much credit as they get, I don't think they get enough credit, to be honest.
Yes. Yes.
But they definitely ushered in a sound that, is really, and it changes and it fits whatever he's rapping about. Like it's a perfect mesh, I think.
Did you have Marley Marl?
Yeah. Marley Marl was 12 for me. I had Marley at 12.
I figured that. I
could not leave.
I figured that because I just remember I was like, he gonna have Marley in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, gotta have Marley
somehow.
I mean, Marley gets on there if for nothing else for Eric B and Rakim and Jingling Baby. Those will earn you a honorable mention if nothing else. But
I was also really conflicted with Scott Storch, because literally Storch has played, because I wanted to put my favorite Dre song, what is it, Still DRE.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I
did
can't,
that.
But I can't not think of Storch, in those pianos.
Well, you remember he did a lot of stuff when he was a member of the Roots. He produced some of the stuff for the Roots as well. So
yes,
and to be honest, man, Scott Storch had a run, man. Think about he did what? Lean Back.
Yes.
Well, it was another. He had a couple.
Queen Bitch. Yeah. Lil Kim.
He has some smashes, man. I'm pretty sure he's going to end up on a lot of people's lists.
Yes, Storch is that was hard for me.
Yeah, I remember seeing him when he was a member of the Roots. I'm like, who's this white boy? He's bad though, man. He was bad for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything before we get out of here, and we can tell people where they can find you. Anything else? Anything that was surprising about my list or your list, or just
I just couldn't literally my top. What was it? My top. You had when you started off the gate by putting Just Blaze and Swiss Beats at like 18 and 19. I said, boy, we about to have ourselves some.
Yeah, man.
We about to have ourselves some fun over here, cause Just Blaze, man. You gotta remember, Just Blaze and Swiss Beats. They were literally and I want to put Irv too, Gotti, on my list, because when I think of Just Blaze and Swiss Beats, I think of that three-headed battle that was between Rockefeller, Rough Riders, and Murder Inc., where everybody was selling at least a million copies per album, and I just couldn't believe that they were that low on your list. But I was like, I was like, I got it. I just told myself, remember the generation gap, hold true to that. You know what I'm saying? Hold true, because this is more of because once we started getting into 5, you could tell that it was more sentimental, it was more sentimental, especially for me, like all of that, Just Blaze, Alchemist, Premier, Swiss, that's all of my childhood.
Oh, no question.
That's me 9 and 10 years old.
No question.
Just being scared to death out of the DMX, being scared to death out of the Locks. I just thought the Locks was like the craziest group I've ever seen. Like you got this really tall dude and these 2 short, scrappy dudes just ready to go. Yeah. And their producer so happens to be harder than all of them. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Swiss Beats. He so happens to be harder than every single last one of them. And I was like, wow, he really has them that low. I thought I was going to mess you up by throwing in Metro Boomin in there. You know what I'm saying?
No, I knew that Metro Boomin and, not Metro Boomin, I knew Mustard was going to make your list. I wasn't sure where Mustard was going to make your list. Yeah. I thought Soundwave might make your list.
Nah.
But I was like, okay. And for me, when I was creating my list, what I did was, once I narrowed down my 20, I looked at the list and I said, okay, who is at 10? And I wrote down number 10, which for me was Ninth Wonder. And I was like, okay, so once I wrote down number 10, I could kind of figure out who would go above, who would go beneath. And Bomb Squad was the tricky one because it's so sentimental, because Public Enemy is one of my favorite hip hop groups of all time, and their sound, and more importantly, the stuff that they did with Ice Cube for America's Most Wanted was a game changer, because everybody was on that West Coast sound, and this was Ice Cube's solo album, right? And nobody knew how it was going to sound. And there was rumblings about, him being dissed by NWA. And, back then, nobody went solo from a rap crew. Like you would go solo if you were Diana Ross and the Supremes. You know what I'm saying? If you were an R&B. Yeah, if you could be Bobby Brown and leave New Edition. You didn't leave a group. You either stay together or y'all just fell off together. And for Ice Cube to leave.
Damn, that's crazy.
And for him to go to the East Coast and get with the Bomb Squad, and to have America's Most Wanted sound the way that it sounded was crazy. But yeah, the Bomb Squad was kind of like the wild card that I was going to kind of figure out where it was going to be. But I started at 10, and I knew that our top 10 probably would have some overlaps. I didn't think that we would each one, but I started, by the time when you started counting it down, when No ID wasn't at 15, I was like, okay, let me look and see where No ID is going to be. And you kept talking. Oh, okay, well, No ID, okay, he's not in the top 15. Oh, he's in the top 10. Oh, he's in the top 10. And then I looked again, and you said something. And when you had Premier at 5, I'm like, oh, so no ID's at 2. And then when you said Kanye, I was like, okay, so no ID's at 1.
Yeah, man, literally. And you had me dying. Pick Q-Tip because I thought she was talking about Dilla, you know.
Yeah. I had to get Q-Tip in there. That's my dude, man. That's my
yeah.
dude.
I love Tip. I do,
Yeah.
but you know, that former backpack, it just didn't. You know, like I get it. I really do get it. I really do get it. You know, and I will never deny his genius. But yeah, but I had to get RZA in there, man.
Oh, no question. No, I mean,
because I was making a list and I was like, wait, RZA's not in here.
Trust me.
I was
bro.
like,
it's a ton
where's
of
RZA?
people that will have RZA at 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his, and I remember, and I don't know if you saw it or those of you listening saw it. When they did the verse with him and Premier, and
Yes.
I'm thinking on paper, I'm like, oh man, Premier about to get RZA out of here. Shit.
Nope. Dude, if RZA had that sound right,
Bruh, RZA started playing stuff. I'm like, oh.
hey, that
okay.
Ghostface, man. People forget, man, when the Wu-Tang was slowing down, it was that Supreme clientele that put the Wu back on top for a minute because it was
always delivers, man. Always delivers.
It was shaky. People forget how shaky it was. People were kind of doubting the Wu, you know. But then when RZA gave us Supreme clientele,
Man,
you was like, never doubt the RZA.
Oh, you can't.
Never doubt him. Never
can't
doubt
count
him or the Wu.
Can't count him out at all. Well, man, it's about time for us to get out of here. Before we get out of here, Doug, tell the people where they can find you.
Yes, sir. So, again, thank you, Kyle, for having me, man. This shit was fun. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Got to enjoy myself, talk some mess. So, yeah, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at NorthSide Doug. You can listen to the Struggle Play podcast every Mondays. It's where I break down a hip-hop or an R&B song that really exemplifies an artist's passion, pain, pleasure, ambition. Like they literally have to sing or rap like it's their last meal. You know, some of the songs that I've broken down, me and Kyle and the homie Jay, we did Outkast, Elevators. I've done Tupac's Pain. Most recently, I just did MOP's Blood, Sweat, and Tears. You know what I'm saying? I do Her. I love Her. You know what I'm saying? Every Monday is when my episodes comes out. Thursdays as well is when I do bonus episodes. I got another bonus episode coming out on Thursday as well, man. And yeah, you can follow the Struggle Play podcast on Twitter as well, struggle_plate, and Instagram at the Struggle Play podcast.
No doubt. Well, you guys have been listening long enough. You know where to find me. This podcast, the 12 Kyle podcast, drops every Thursday at midnight. Make sure that you subscribe to the podcast. You can find it on any podcast reader that you get podcasts for free. And the reason why I say subscribe is because from time to time this year, I will be dropping bonus content. They'll usually drop on Sundays when I do. So make sure that you subscribe to the podcast. That's going to do it for us. So for my man, Doug, I'm your boy, 12 Kyle. We'll catch you guys next time. 5 Gs. Gia.
If you work in university maintenance, Grainger considers you an MVP because your playbook ensures your arena is always ready for tip-off. And Grainger is your trusted partner, offering the products you need all in one place, from HVAC and plumbing supplies to lighting and more. And all delivered with plenty of time left on the clock, so your team always gets the win. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, visit Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you manage procurement for multiple facilities, every order matters. But when it's for a hospital system, they matter even more. Grainger gets it and knows there's no time for managing multiple suppliers and no room for shipping delays. That's why Grainger offers millions of products in fast, dependable delivery, so you can keep your facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.